Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are returning to the modern jets after having flown some more old school type of planes, such as the B314. But now we're back to flying the CRJ or the Bombardier CRJ700. We're actually today flying for one of the virtual airlines that I haven't featured on this channel. I don't fly them a lot, but I do fly them from time to time. And that's WestWind Airlines. Great, great variety of liveries they have for all the different sims, and a very easy dispatch system. You're just kind of manually populating it, so I really like it in that sense, and it has some nice routes. Plus, my hub is Atlanta, which is where we are right now, and I don't often fly here, so was one of the reasons I joined them, just to be able to fly more southeastern US and have some sort of reason behind why I fly here, because otherwise it's quite hard, or I find it to be quite hard to fly in other places than the ones you're, let's say, more well versed in or have some sort of personal connection to. But yeah, enough talking. We are parked here, stand A16 I think, A17 maybe, and I'm in the walk around mode, just checking that the aircraft is looking fine, which it is. It's the Aerosoft Bombardier, so it's a pretty good aircraft. Sometimes the autopilot goes a bit crazy, but not that often. I'm generally, I would say, quite trusting of this aircraft. I think even trust it more than I do with the Aerosoft A330, where the autopilot can really go crazy sometimes. Not to say this one can't, but yeah, maybe not as much. In terms of the airport, this is the Imagine Sim Atlanta airport, so pretty good, I would say. Imagine Sim makes good airports. It's a boring ass airport though, not gonna lie. I mean, this is, yeah, I'm not even gonna get into it. There are beautiful US airports. I really like O'Hare actually, and Denver, but a lot of them are atrocious looking, unfortunately. But yeah, with that said, let's jump to the outside view, just so you can get a bit of a overview. But yeah, you can see it's a huge airport, but awful looking. It's probably very efficient though, I would assume, but yeah. Who knows? I think it's Delta's hub, and that's only because there's some Delta aircraft. I really had to tone it down, because it's a, since the airport is there's no sea, etc. It really has to load a lot around it. So I can actually get some FPS problems at this airport. So I've toned down the aircraft or the AI aircraft. So there are quite a bit fewer now. But we still have some 717s, A350s, A330s. You can see quite a lot of the Delta showcasing, which I guess makes sense. But yeah, not much else to mention. The cockpit, as always, looks nice with the CRJ. So let's get flying. And first off, what we can do is actually maybe connect the stuff in the sim. So we'll do the master battery. We'll ask for the ground power card. I don't think we can do that yet. Is there any like ground air? Yes, you can have that. Not sure where you connect it though. I don't think I usually use it. Maybe it works automatically, I don't know. Well, disconnected, we don't need it. But yeah, you can see everything is starting up, looking good. What we want to do though is load the aircraft up according to our sim brief profile. We should have 7,300 in fuel. Oh yeah, I'm talking about that. We are flying to Jackson Valdosta Airport, KVLD. So not a long flight, but a reasonable one. We'll be climbing up to 23,000 feet. Okay, but back to the fuel. 7,000. Can we put it in? Oh yeah, we have to remove first, right? So packs was 72, I think. Fuel was let's remove 7,300. We're now at a zero fuel of 5644 and our zero fuel should be 6.3. We need to have a bit more cargo. Now we are at 59. Wait, did we put enough packs? 7.2. Oh, we can only have 7. Okay, that's interesting. Let's keep that. And let's add the maximum amount. And let's bring this down a bit so we can get the right 60214. Yeah, this should be fine. Almost 6.3. Can be some variety. So we'll set the payload in the simulator. We can copy the performance and init fuel from aircraft just so we have that. We can also already set the V speeds, which you can see here being set. Yeah, it just saves us the hassle from doing it manually. You can even press set all to make it easier. Same with the landing ones. We won't do that yet. What do we want to do? We want to... I'm gonna click those. We want to start the nav lights. No smoking. What? So much noise at this airport. Is it that vehicle? Yeah, or maybe an aircraft. Okay, what else? Yeah, we do have the HUD, not that I use it that often, but you know, pretty cool. So next step is gonna be, we don't need to put on any ACAR system. We need to update pilot to ADC though. We'll put this as the McDonald Douglas. I will change this to WestWind Airlines and we will check that we have our nav. We'll save and we'll import the flight plan from SimBrief. And as a next step, we'll check that we have this correct. SID should be the one we have, SMLT Zulu, and then it's Valet, then it's OTK, and then direct KVLD. And let me see. Yeah, this looks like the right airport. It's a freeware one, so it's not gonna look as nice. I found a couple of them around here, because I haven't really... There's a lot of airports to buy, but I've been a bit cheap, so I haven't bought that many. So I've been getting the freeware ones, and those are the ones we're gonna be trying out. There's no arrival, I think, so we only go direct into approach. That's gonna be runway 4. We can do an RNAV or a visual straight in. I think we can do a visual. So we can load that approach. Let's try to listen carefully to what they say. Could be that we get the RNAV anyway. 23,000, all is looking good. We can activate approach. And we'll validate and we'll file. I'm just gonna check that the recording is still going, which it is. Bit of lag. Let's see, validate. If you're having trouble with Pilot ADC, remember to downgrade. There's some issue with it for some reason. With that 0.22. So I read the forums and he recommended downgrading for the time being. Okay, and we'll connect. And while we wait, we can put on pack X. Let's just put some random numbers. And we'll put in that. Yeah, we can have Wi-Fi. We'll do pack X. Oh wait, I'm gonna change the so we don't have to listen to that. Oh no, is it the I think we got it. Yeah, it stopped now. That's good. That was weird. That 80s, yeah, going crazy. Okay. So where was I in my preparation? We have connected to Pilot 280C. I was complaining about the downgrade, and we're doing pack X now, right? And my complaint there was that I don't have anything for WestWind, so we'll use some generic ones, I think. So I don't think they have anything in that regard at all, actually. So that's a bit of a shame. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there is anything. We'll just use the generic one. We'll do number 2 for the fun of it. Okay, let's have a look on the outside. We'll ask for boarding from GSX as well. Looks very good, the aircraft, though. I really like the livery. Even though it's kind of the similar one, like I always thought about the virtual airlines, they really like to have this tail section painted and then the white. Does seem to be a very common look. Attach the pushback tug, no need. No crew. We need to open doors though. So let's open all the relevant doors. Interesting placement of the aft cargo. We can keep, I guess, the yoke there, even though it's a bit in the way. I think you can remove it by pressing there, though, so that's pretty nice. Let's see. Could we do these ones? Fix some of the errors. We'll need to ask or talk to clearance delivery or ground clearance. Clearance delivery, I think it's called. WestWind 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance. WestWind 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance. There we go. One thing we need to do is the alignment. Totally forgot about that. Squawk 6252. 252. There we go. And 8,000 feet, that was the altitude. It's so much nicer now when I have the hints. Just, you know, being able to see stuff makes me a more efficient pilot and does help with decreasing the workload. And seeing, you know, things you didn't see before. Like for example, you seem to be able to use this to change the display brightness. Altimeter was 3003, so let's put that in. Yeah. Ah, I hate the default ATC. I'm trying to figure out why I keep it on, but there's some reason, right? I think it's we lose the GSX voices otherwise, so yeah. Let me see. The thing we want to do next, we don't need to calculate any performance, so we don't need to do anything here. We need to wait, of course, for the INS to align, but whilst we wait, we can put in the data, go to the flight plan. Let me see, it's KVLD, yeah. God damn, I really hope that we get out of the 80s soon. So much gibbering. What's our alternate? It's K-Jax. So that's Jacksonville, right? Makes sense, it's pretty close by. We're taking off from runway 09 left. Flying the small 3 departure. The valet transition. And then we're doing a direct to OTK. And a direct to the airport itself. So we're gonna land yeah, runway 4 vectors. Okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, that seems fine, I think. Let me see. I just need to check the approach. We don't have a plate for the visual one, but I guess it's a visual one, so it will be vectored and then we can do it. Should be fine. I guess it doesn't have an approach plate. Or don't they usually have one? Oh well. Runway 4 though, I can already see a bit of a problem. The runway length is only 5,598 feet. So let me see, CRJ700 runway requirements. Oh, it's only around 5,000 feet for the minimum. But can we check if we're too... No, we can't. Oh well, not a biggie. You live and you learn. We'll see how the landing goes. It'll be on the edge, so we'll have to brake fast. We can't float this time around. Luckily, I don't think we don't seem to have any landing requirements, so that's good. Perfect, actually, in this case. in terms of you know, what landing rate you can have. Okay, let's see here. That's the VNAV one. We want to go into the performance one. Put in the details here. And we can check the 1,515 in cargo. I guess we can put 10,000 as an alternate. And here we can put in the performance in it for the different steps. So should we do that? We can do that, I think. So we can do 083 at 15 for climb. For the cruise, it's gonna be 009 at 13. And for the descent, it will be 273 at 14. Well, this looks reasonable. VNAV setup. Nothing specific. We have the performance in it. We have alignment, it seems. Most people seem to have boarded, so that's a good sign. I will start the APU now. Yeah, maybe we need the pumps actually to start it. So I'll put them on. Okay, it's saying that everyone's boarded. However, we're not done yet with Pack X. Okay, about 1 minute left. We can start closing, I think. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, there we go. So we'll close that, then we'll close the passenger door. And seatbelt signs can go on.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Okay, we got some input from the cabin crew. Left windshield. I'll put on the probes already just so I don't forget. I'll do the beacon as well. A bit early maybe, but better late than never. Or better earlier than never, I guess. Hydraulics. Oil pressure, yaw dampener, IB spoilerons, emergency lights. I have a tendency to forget those. Yaw dampener on. And the source we will select. I really hate this when you have to select the nav source. It's so easy to forget. At least for me. Okay. And we have a somewhat reasonable, yeah, it's gonna be to grits. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. WestWind 4003, ready for pushback and engine start. Okay. We'll undock that one. We'll ask for pushback. The ground card, we can remove that. I'm pretty certain. And the way to do that is by pressing here. You can check that all doors are locked. Yeah, we don't need the chocks either. And we are getting ready to be pushed back. But yeah, beautiful livery, I must say. And they have a lot of aircraft that's available. They also have very nice kind of training, flights, etc. So I'll give them a solid 9 out of 10. I guess their website could be a bit more, it's a bit unclear how to find some information. But apart from that, it's a great virtual airline. It's also based on levels, right? So I can basically only fly the CRJ now. Don't really have any other aircraft available. But in the next level, I'll be able to fly the Cessna Citation Mustang by Flight 1, and some other aircraft, Dash 8, Falcon 50, Metroliner 3, and now when I have an update for that one, with my friend who also did the 727, I'm going to be able to really enjoy that, so I'm really looking forward to flying the Metroliner. PC6 is also in there on the next level. It's only 15 hours, so it's quite fast to reach it. Okay, let me see if they are. No need to interrupt. We can power off for now. And we are taking off from runway 09 left. So it's a pretty close one. We should turn to the left, I'm pretty sure. 09 left. Yeah. So nose left. We can release parking brakes. Let's start with the right one. Yeah, we're seeing the values increase. Oh, I do hope that I don't need to do anything with FSU PC that's set up correctly. If it's not, we'll know very shortly. And I'm actually gonna do some testing. It's looking pretty good though, so that's nice. You shouldn't really, when it's starting up, be pushing on it, but I just needed to know, because then I would have paused the recording. WestWind 4003, ready for taxi. Maybe they didn't catch that. I'll have our co-pilot do it. Oh no, that was not good. Okay, but we're still able to. I'm too tired. Been a lot of work as of late. I really wanted to get a flight in and also record it. I do find it more fun to fly. Puts me a bit on the edge when I'm recording it. Can't be too sloppy. Okay, we didn't get any sort of taxi. Here you can see the airport, right? It's a huge thing. I don't have any. I mean, I have my own ortho for this. Doesn't look too good up close. I don't have any like Atlanta City or some that sort of package. I know Alpine Simulation I think has one, so I've been thinking of getting it, but still haven't really felt a need of it. But if I start flying here more, I'll definitely get an upgrade for that. It's always nice to have a nice city to look at. Let's see, I think that's good. And I think we can stop the APU. We can set parking brakes. And confirm good engine start. What else do we need to do with this awful plane? I mean, I haven't flown one in real life, right? So I can't say, but I've read a lot of people that hate this one. They prefer the ERJs rather than the CRJs. But like as an outside or as a, let's say, bypasser, it doesn't look too bad, but I'm gonna guess it's pretty cramped. And I guess the lack of auto throttle is a bit of a pain. Let's arm the thrust reversers already so we don't forget to do that. I think TCAS is on, but let's double check. We'll do a radar on this one. Wait, radar was off. And it's off because I haven't put it on, right? Okay, we can put it on. Okay, VX. And we'll put this one on terrain. Can we do any other changes, or is this terrain VX? Okay, let's do VX. Talking about that, what did our flight plan say about the weather? I didn't check, so that's a bit of a failure. Doesn't look like there's anything to be worried about, so it's fine. Doing a bit fast, but I want to get up in the air. I want to fly a bit. Okay, we got taxi clearance, so I'm gonna go to flaps 8. I'm gonna make sure that the trim is in the green band, maybe not too much. I have a tendency to go too much nose up, adding a bit of thrust. And we should be on our way. Let me just check that the sound is working good. We are moving. Left is clear, right is clear. So far so good, knock on wood. I'm gonna put on the time here. Just so I can put the time correctly into the sim. And what else? We need to, yeah, sorry, I need the time for the when I'm doing my flight log. That's the problem, since you don't have an A-car system. Taxi lights, that should be on. Are they talking to me or no, someone else? Don't even know what's the normal. It sounds pretty good though, the normal ATC. Otherwise, I can see why people like to use it as well, because it does make you feel like you're in like a living world where things are actually happening. Cabin is ready to take off, that's good news. Oh wait, nose wheel. Do you want to arm that? Yeah, we do want to arm that. So we can use the nose wheel. And let me just change to the pilot to ADC view, just to see that we are flying. We are taxiing to the right runway. It's gonna come up here to the left very shortly. Okay, let's see. Hopefully we soon get rid of the default ATC, but I don't have too much hope. Recirculation fan, I guess we can put that on. Don't think I've forgotten anything, but let's see. I'll put the landing lights and the strobe already, just so we have that. The weather looks pretty nice, with our nice 2D clouds. And let's see, there's an aircraft landing. I hope no one is coming in here on our runway. Yeah, very active airport, even with very few aircrafts being spawned in. So that's cool. Let's see, we can maybe put in the vertical. Not sure if you want to put this beforehand, but we'll do it anyway. Talking about that, was there anything in terms of takeoff? I guess we know the takeoff values here, so we can just follow those. I'm gonna put this one a bit up, 2.8 might be good for the vertical. WestWind 4003, ready for takeoff. Okay, I think we are ready to take off. let's turn here to the left. It's funny how the CRJ is really used as kind of the aircraft that all virtual airlines, the ones that have like a staggered level progression, it's kind of the first one you usually fly, unless you have like something like Bonaire where you fly the PC-12, right? So yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, we can start flying, I hope. I think we have the FMS connected. We do seem to have the flight directors. Okay, we're on climb. Toga. Oh yeah, I forgot it's detent, right? Okay, let's see now. Pushing down with the yoke. We're a bit zoomed out on this one. We are moving a bit here on the runway. Not maintaining center line as we should. Ivan, I'll rotate. Gonna bring this bird up in the air. There we go. We have a positive rate of climb. Gear is coming up. You can see we're already getting closer to the maximum flap with the red tape there, so we gotta be a bit careful. I'm also gonna change to climb pretty quickly. Oh, we got a terrain warning. That's intense. But yeah, we're off. As you can see, it looks pretty okay. I have the autogen from Living Airports that they offer for free. I've been thinking though of getting the Living Airports package for Georgia just because it looks very nice actually with their autogen, etc. Okay, let's climb a bit more. Actually, one thing I'm gonna check before I go crazy with this sound is, god damn it, still nothing. Well, let me see, voice capture, that can be my microphone, voice playback, yeah, look at my head, primary playback, yeah, okay, sure, maybe that could help. Okay, it's looking okay. We're on our way, following. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna use the autopilot now to help me. I was gonna say AI, but I don't think we're that advanced yet. Oh no, we are, yeah, because we have climbed too much. To 13,000, they want us, yeah, okay, let's go back to climbing. Not good that we are going a bit crazy with the speeds. I'm gonna put this to our cruise. Forget, you can't look away with this aircraft for a second. It was my own mistake, I had to answer. Actually, these can stay on. Okay, we're above 10,000. That's good. Still about 40 minutes to go.
We are now passing through 10,000 feet.
About 200 wide, it's gonna go fast this one.
As a reminder, please
I'm gonna push down the nose quite a bit. I'm gonna increase the speed rather. We are on climb. We got higher clearance. I mean, This aircraft flies well as long as you know its limitations and fly in accordance with those. You know, don't look away during critical phases of flight, like I did. Can you fit like a jump seat here? I would assume it's somewhere here in the middle, right? Yeah, here we go. So you probably drag that one out. Yeah, can't be very comfy, unfortunately. Okay, we're up in the air. The 2D clouds greet us, but they give a nice variety. And we will continue on our quest to get to our destination. Valdosta. That's the name. Always, or for some reason forgetting it. I'll put a minimum also, even though I couldn't find the right chart. We'll put it as 500. Let me see, 580 maybe. There we go, decision height. No, decision height. 500, I was looking at this one for some reason, I was like, what? Is this the 515? No, that's the max speed, man. Yeah, can't, shouldn't be too tired when you're flying. 580 is what we wanna put here. No ILS or similar. We're above 18,000, so we should go to standard. We're climbing to our cruising altitude now. A bit too fast, it seems. So let's slow our climb a bit so we can get some speed into this aircraft. But yeah, she's a beauty, that's for sure. I'm a fan. It was actually, and this is actually crazy. When the first time I tried FSX, I of course didn't get hooked on it. But when I first tried it back in 2006 when it was released, I flew the CRJ as my first aircraft, the default one. That was an interesting experience. I didn't know anything. And it was funny because, like in the beginning, I thought it was like a good simulation, right? I couldn't think of the fact that, you know, maybe it's not really a good simulation of the aircraft. It's just a default aircraft, so yeah, it took me a while to figure that out. Da, da, da. Okay, we have about 100. It's gonna be a late top of descent, it looks like. I'm gonna increase our climbing rate a bit. We'll also have to set the climb speed, or not the climb, but the cruise speed to something reasonable. So we're otherwise gonna be overspeeding. It will be interesting though to see, because we are gonna be flying very close to the border of, or actually maybe just about, so that we fly over northern True Earth Florida. So it'll be interesting to see if we can spot the difference between the auto ortho that looks fine from above but looks horrendous down low, and then the nice True Earth, which looks good everywhere basically. Okay, so we're close to overspeeding. We are gonna be... we have to slow down more, it looks like. Let me see. Is this enough? Or are we still close to overspeeding? It is decreasing, so that's a good sign. Don't want it to decrease too much though. I would prefer to get to the destination a bit sooner rather than a bit later. Okay, let's see, we're increasing it a bit. Is that sufficient to stop the slowing down? Still at 740. This might actually be good. 739, it's decreasing a bit. Which isn't too bad, because it will burn more fuel, so we should be going faster. And let me see, is the APU still on? APU door closed, or...
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary
yeah, it doesn't seem so.
Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. If you wish to make
Okay,
an additional purchase, please note that we
forgot to
only
do the fire test, but oh well. Any nasty clouds in our area? Doesn't seem like it. I got a bit worried when I saw this one, but it's probably just cumulus. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, not a lot of fuel, so it's basically gonna be... I guess it makes sense to have Jacksonville as the alternate. We can't fly too far. Hey, we got the RNAV. Okay, so we're doing the RNAV to runway 36. That solved the problem I thought we were gonna have. And we're doing the arrival. We are doing the RNAV 36 with vectors. Not gonna complain about that. We can at least now update. We do have an approach chart that works for... I guess we don't technically have VNAV, right? So it's 560, that's gonna be our decision height. .560, yeah. And it's a much longer runway now, if you can see it here. Yeah, 8,000 feet. Oh, not quite double, but a bit of an increase. Still going slower and slower. I'm a bit surprised because we are burning fuel. I mean, it's not a lot of weight, but it's still kilos being drained. The airplane is at least not getting heavier. But yeah, still going slower. But I think it's fine. Better to go slow. We have some leeway. It'll be interesting to see if it changes, because we are still going slow. It could be... well, we do have some wind help. I'm actually gonna increase it a bit. I don't... okay, let's see. 7, 8... 7, 9... 7.9 could be good. 7.91. Okay, now we're seeing increases. The question is though, will it be too much or okay? We're not flying very high, so that's the interesting part. If we flew higher, we could probably have a higher thrust rating. and we will go faster in terms of Mach. But yeah, good. Looks like we're on our path. I'm just gonna go and get something to drink, refreshen, and then get ready for the approach and a landing. So see you in a bit. There we go. We have been cleared to descend to 17,000 feet, which we are going to do ASAP, because we might be flying very high otherwise, or will be high on our descent. So let's start descending. According to Pilot TDC, it's about 100 nautical miles to go, so it should be fine. We'll know soon enough. I'll change back to the normal view. I think this is it. What else? We need to think about the altimeter at our destination. That's gonna be... Okay, we haven't gotten that information yet, but we can check it here. 29906. And let's see, we can put it already, I think. We're soon anyway gonna be crossing the threshold. We forgot to turn off the landing lights, that was a bit of a mistake. Should have just done it already. Yeah, this one is also pretty cool. This is I think the fuel panel, right? I think this one actually works. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I need to some point look into that more, but I think it's a pretty cool feature that they've added, that all those kind of small things really do add up and make it nice. Okay, we are descending. I think this blue line must be the missed approach. Yeah, we're kind of going directly. We need to get some form of vectoring. I'm gonna check what Pilot to ADC has in mind, that if it follows. Yeah, yeah, it does seem to follow what it has in mind. So let's see if Pilot to ADC can deliver. Okay, 17,000 feet. Still only 50 nautical miles now. $11,000 feet it is. And anything else we need to do in this lovely airplane? I don't think so. I must say that the cockpits really do look nice in P3D. If I could get the P3D cockpits in X-Plane, I would be very happy. I would really want to fuse those two sims, the weather from X-Plane, the physics from X-Plane, and then with, I think, some of the P3D things that I like, which is, for example, the better looking cockpits. But I guess Microsoft Flight Sim probably has the best ones if we're just talking visual fidelity. But I don't know, it's weird. It's like, for me, I can tell, for example, that X-Plane is probably the better sim now than P3D objectively. I still prefer flying P3D. So I don't think it's always as easy as just saying, you need to fly Microsoft, you need to fly X-Plane because it's better. It's more about, getting your own feel for it. And try it out. Do you like the UI? Do you like to play around with it? I mean, that's the thing with P3D. I really like the fact that I can play around. I know how to do the airports. You can do the same in X-Plane, tweak aircrafts. I managed to somewhat add a rain effect to one aircraft, so that felt very cool. So yeah, I do encourage to try those kind of things. Let's descend a bit faster. I feel like we are high, not crazy high, but a bit. Yeah, that's still off. Das ist good. And now what else? Can we open this one if you would want to? Maybe not now, of course, but yeah, another stage probably. This one, Is it a line completely? 619. Ground speed. You see that down here. Yeah, 398, 398, FMS1. You can see the vertical. You can see with the red tape. I wonder if there's any problems with Nah, it's not gonna be any problems actually. Overcast at 9,000 feet, we're gonna be fine. It is though an overcast, so that's good to be aware of. We'll remove this. 5,500 feet. Okay, we'll go down to that. Turn right to heading 185. Okay, let's get the right 185. And now it's nice because I can see it here. 185. And I'm actually gonna need to really stop our descent because we need to slow down. Okay, 185 descending to 2,000 feet. Okay, there's a lot of things happening now. Turn right to heading 185 vectors to the... So I'm on the right heading. And we are on the approached.
We have begun our final descent into your destination.
We haven't been given the right heading. Ah, this frustrates me. Because I can see it in the Pilot ADC one, right? This is what they're supposed to be vectoring me, and they're vectoring me somewhere totally different.
All Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Yeah, that we can do. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. We just need to get... Now let's have a look. Now it looks much better, but I do still feel like this is... I don't know actually. Could this be true Earth? Hard to say. They're still a bit too high to determine that. It could potentially be true Earth, that's why it looks pretty great. Okay, let's add a bit more thrust. I mean, this will work. Will be a tight turn if they want us to get in. Okay, let's add some more descent rate. Yeah, if they want us to turn left. The airport is over there. And that's the runway we're landing at. If we had landed the original one, it would have been that one, but that looks so tiny. Jesus Christ. That would have been a tough one. Okay, we are increasing in speed. I'm gonna go to 0 on the thrust. Or not 0, but yeah, go to idle, detent. Because there's always gonna be some thrust. We can do the recognition lights. Totally forgot about the passenger signs, but that is what it is. Anything else to think of? Does the wipers work? They do work. Don't think we'll need them, but always good to know. Descending 8,000 feet. Very hard to say. There's not really any autogen there. And here's also I can see a bit of a... Could just be that it's loading though. So I'll cut it some slack. But yeah, let's see. Well, this actually looks pretty good. This, I have a feeling it could be true Earth. Oh no, actually I know what the problem is. It's because, sorry, this is vectoring us to runway 4. In terms of approach and procedure, we are doing runway 36, right? With the RNAV. I'll load that approach and activate it. Let's see what happens. Close that. And I'll do the approach mode just to see what it's giving us. Okay, so maybe we have been vectoring correctly. Yeah, it does look like we have. So actually I've been rude towards Pilot ADC unnecessarily this time. It has been doing a good job. So we're soon gonna be vectored to the left. I hope at least. Are we seeing more of the area load in, or do we have a discrepancy in the... Yeah, I think it's loading in, I think it's just slow. Okay, 3000 is not where we wanna be, it's 2000 feet. So we can go down even further. Still no turn to the left, but it should be soon enough. Yeah, you can really see the true earth. Looks very nice. It almost looks too nice. I think the weird part is, of course, that it's fall, right? So the trees have changed their leaves to the red-orange color. Okay, we are about to be on, or to be vectored to our left, but let's see. Nothing yet, nothing yet. Come on, get us a vector. I just don't trust these guys. Well, I guess technically we flew the wrong heading, so I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna say F you to the approach controllers. I mean, it's theoretically not wrong, at least what I've been able to check. You know, sometimes you get vectored, but you know, some bit of another route. The problem is I wanna call it a day pretty quickly. Need to sleep, long working hours, so yeah, then we'll have to override the nice 80s. Or sorry, not 80s, the nice ATC. The 80s we can't override. Okay, we do want to add some more thrust. I feel like we have been slowing down quite a bit more than we should have. How about no? Okay, let's see. My guess is that they wanted us to do a longer route out, so probably going out here and then. But I guess we'll never know. The question is now we're flying the RNAV1, so technically what we should do is put on the... Is it nav? Is it approach? Okay, me see, direct to something like that maybe. Putting on the nav. Yeah. I'm gonna close actually pilot to ADC, I think. I don't think there's any benefit. Let me just check if I need something of it for the route or similar. Nope. Yeah, we are just gonna close for today with pilot to ADC. Thank you for helping us. And we are gonna continue. We should be at least until CUG or cage or CUG or whatever you want to call it at 2,000 feet. I guess it would be cage in the English language. Swedish one would be kagge. Okay, lights set somewhat correctly. Things looking fine otherwise. Can you, like, how does it work? Okay, so we'll do the nav one. Are we turning too much or no? It's looking good. Okay, some nautical miles left to go. In total about 14. So we're pretty close now. The runway is right there in front of us. And in order to get this right, I think we can slow down a bit. We're even a bit over 250 knots, so not the best. Slowing down. Let's slow down a bit more. Still not a major issue. We're not at the altitude where we need to start descending yet, but we'll be there in about 3 nautical miles. So I'm gonna continue slowing down. Yeah, let's see, now we're starting to lose some speed, albeit slowly. The funny fact is we should start seeing the nose go up to compensate. We're losing speed, but it's still trying to maintain the altitude. We'll go to the number 1 position, so I guess the slats. And then we are gonna go for the flaps. We're also gonna drop the gear. And now I forgot to put in the landing on the performance. Let's see if we have time to do that. Quick. Okay, 134. That seems reasonable. Okay, we are at 2,000 feet. I'm gonna take manual control so we can descend. We're gonna go flaps full landing, I think. I don't want to descend too fast. Let's go flaps full. I think the thrust reversers are armed. 0.9. We're a bit fast, I would say. That's the bigger issue. So we need to overcompensate by descending faster. So not ideal. Could be worse. 140. Yeah, we can start to level off a bit. I need to fix the trim. It's way too low. I really have to fight it to not descend too fast. Okay, now it's a bit better. Okay, and we need to add some speed. we're not at risk of stalling or anything, but I mean 134 was the VRF. So we'll try to keep it in along those lines. But yeah, looking pretty decent. Now we can descend a bit faster. That should also help us gain some speed back. So yeah, not the best approach, a bit of up and down, but not the worst. Yeah, we're gonna be a bit high. Continue.
500 minimums.
But it's fine. We can trade some or gain a bit of speed by descending a bit faster.
Minimums.
Continue, continue.
Minimums.
Minimums.
200 minimums.
Yeah, we know. Okay,
Minimums.
yes,
100 minimums.
yes, we know.
50 40 30
Okay,
20 10
let's see. Yeah, that felt pretty good. Good enough at least. Adding the thrust reversers and some braking. No, mega rush. I think it's to the right there where we're supposed to stop. So yeah, welcome to Jackson Valdosta Airport.
Gentlemen, 3:03 p.m. And it's
Let me just check if we're going right. Yeah, it should be in front of this one. Technically it might be some spots there. I'm actually, now I don't have Pilot ADC. So the question is, where do we park at this airfield? Is that the main one maybe? Okay, let me see. Jackson Valdosta Airport. Map. Have to see Google maybe. Google Maps, are we allowed to search for that? I hate the fact that you never get Google Maps showing up. That's the default one. Goddamn EU. Didn't help me at least. Okay, let's see. I think the main one is the building. Yeah, it's that one. That's the building, so we should have kind of just let this one roll down the full length of the runway, but that's fine. That is fine. Oh, is that the flaps maybe? Yeah, it's a bit bugged, my Honeycomb Bravo. I've used it quite a bit, right? So yeah, it's taken some punches. Not actual ones, but figuratively. Okay, we are gonna start to slow down here. And then we'll turn left and just park somewhere close to this red terminal building. The Valdosta Regional Airport. Okay, we have slowed down sufficiently. Maybe that runway would have been fine. Looks pretty wide, not nearly as wide as the one we landed on, but 4 and 22 could have been okay. Not the best taxiways. Are these the only taxiways in real? Yeah, it looks like it actually. Interesting airport configuration. Makes sense though to have 2 runways. I guess you can get the smaller aircraft on the tinier one, and the larger ones on the one we took. Now I'm using my rudders to taxi, but we'll go back to using the the nose wheel steering. You can see there's some visual bugs. I had to fix, I think, a lot of these airports around Georgia. Most of them are FSX ones. It's not really naturally working ones. You can see there's only one spot to park. That's interesting. It's pretty good scenery though for being freeware. I mean, it's not just, I mean, the building has some depth to it, right? I think you can even see into the building, right? There's some people. So I'll give credit where credit is due. This is a pretty good freeware one. Okay, and we are gonna park here. A bit off, but that will be fine. Time around 50, so we can use that. We'll shut off the engines. And what else? We will do the passengers sign so we can get we can also open the main door. We got the deboarding. Block time 055. Let's keep that actually. This is pretty good. Looks like the landing rate was good as well. So let's have a look at the replay and then we'll call quits for today. Instant replay. We can go back to 60 maybe. Nah, maybe a bit further. Took a while to. Here we go. Yeah, not my best approach, not my worst. But you know, as with all flights, it's a learning experience and it's about the fun you have whilst flying. It's a very, I really like the CRJ. It looks very good actually. Unique aircraft in that sense. Not my favorite one to fly, but it kind of, or at least I feel with the Aerosoft version, it usually behaves and does exactly what, you know, you tell it to do. But it's really dumb kind of aircraft in that sense. Yeah, nice with the little rudder there. This was a good landing. So approach, that's good. Landing better. We'll take that. But yeah, with that said, hope you enjoyed this. Maybe not the most groundbreaking video, but just a short flight with the CRJ. Maybe inspired some of you guys to do similar flights. Who knows? And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And otherwise, until next time, thank you for watching and bye bye.